This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Appreciate, again, all the emails. I've got something sent here. Let me see if I can read it. This is by General George S. Patton. You remember George Patton, General Patton? I believe most people will. When I want my men to remember something important, to really make it stick, I give it to them double dirty. It may not sound nice to some bunch of little old ladies at an afternoon tea party, but it helps my soldiers to remember. You can't run any army without profanity, and it has to be elegant profanity. An army without profanity can't fight its way out of a piss-soaked paper bag. As for the types of comments I make, sometimes I just, by God, get carried away with my own eloquence. That was from General George Patton. And I'm no General George Patton, I know that, but he says here, political correctness has killed America, and it has. And you people, I'm going to tell you, how many damn times I have to tell you to just listen to my disclaimer. If you're offended by racial issues, if you're offended by religious issues, social issues, if you're offended by anything, if you're that thin-skinned, don't listen to me. And I don't mind you listening and not agreeing, but don't say I can't say it. Are you people nuts? You know, this election cycle, I had to be a little bit nice. I was never really politically correct, but I held my tongue, never bit it, but held it sometime. Wanted to say things I should have said, but I didn't. But see, one thing, I'm not a hypocrite, and it really made me feel bad. I said, Bob, maybe I better say that. No, it might hurt. The hell with hurting something. Are you people crazy? And I'm going to let you know this election, again, I want to thank everybody that supported the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. We went through all the voting statistics, and we won everything till we get down below the hill. Then we lose 12,000 to 2,000. You can't overcome that kind of deficit. But I hear now that two of the plantation Negroes, two of the Nicaraguans went up to get something from Kern, and Kern said they'd have to wait. Now there's already dissension in their camp. But see, it happens every 2 and 4 years. You people know it. You idiots down in East St. Louis, 80-some-odd%. And they just didn't vote because they were Democrats. It was a black-white thing with me. It was a black-white thing with a few people. But, Bob, you can't say that. I got an email here. If I can read the son of a bitch. Hold on. It all started when Bob Romanik was forced out of the Republican. Bob was never forced out. I cussed them son of a bitches out because they were as big as a bunch of idiots as the Democrats. Romanik accuses the St. Clair County government official Tom Holbrook of concealing the election results. Not only concealing, I think they were misplaced, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. And pedophilia. I never accused Tom Holbrook of pedophilia whatsoever, never once. Someone has alleged that. I've never alleged it. I'm just repeating. I'm just reporting the news. I'm reporting that's what's all over the internet, unless Holbrook had somebody important enough to pull it off, because you know how these politicians are. People want to put things in my mouth, and for you people want to put words in my mouth, I got something I want to put in your mouth, and it's not words, if you know what I mean, and I really think you do. You son of a bitches piss me off. Says Holbrook with just his terrorist actions is just like the Bin Laden or Jared from Subway, meaning, I guess, Holbrook. I tell you what, I want to apologize to that, because I dislike Holbrook a lot more than I dislike that Jared from Subway. And you know what he was involved in. I don't know why this gentleman, this John Morrison, he's a complete idiot. Who else whatever idiots do I have here? Oh, now here's one. Here's a good one. I'm a friend of Dustin Rhodes. You know Dustin Rhodes, Gold Dust, the Razzler? He's an idiot. He's friends with Herbie the Hemorrhoid Simmons, that greasy hair-dyeing bastard out of East Carondelet. Hey, and you blacks, you idiots down in East St. Louis. You supported and voted Kernan again. He's got his white ass boy, his little bitch boy, Herbie the Hemorrhoid Simmons, making $135,000 a year on a job he's not qualified for. What's wrong with you ignorant black bastards down there? We had 19%. Son of a bitches stole our money. You rotten black bastards, and that's not a racial comment. That's a real comment. I swear on my mama, your mama, my ass. You ignorant son of a bitches. I'm a friend of Dustin Rhodes, and he told me about your hate show. Why is it hate? There's guys I hate. You know, if I say, hey, all faggots should die, now that's hate speech. Now I can say that, because it's protected under our great Constitution, under the First Amendment. I have never said that. Again, you guys who want to put words in my mouth, it's probably because you have something foreign. Well, it's not foreign to you. It's something that should be in between your legs and your pants, but somehow it gets in your mouth, if you know what I mean. So don't put crap in my mouth, what I say. I heard you've spoken ill about Dustin Rhodes. Yes, I have, because he's an idiot. Says here, oh, that's fine if it's only words. Then I heard about your hate group name, the White Power Hate Group. Now, this has got to be a white, T.J. Perkins, got to be a white guy if he's Dustin Rhodes' friends. Dustin Rhodes was a white boy. Heard about the new group name, National Association for Majority Equality, the White Power Hate Group. Now, that's that idiot's opinion. He knows nothing about name. You people have heard, and we're going to get it. It's going to be up and going by the first of the year. It's a National Association for Majority Equality. We will not ask, is the majority for any more than equal treatment, but we will not tolerate any less. We're like the NAACP. We want fairness for everybody. We want equality for everybody. The NAACP wants equality for everybody. They ought to join our group. It's not a black hate group, the NAACP. But when somebody tries to take up for a white person, automatically becomes a racist. And I want to know, and I've got some proud black friends, but I'm tired of prefacing that. If my black friends don't understand what the hell's going on, I'm not going to apologize. Never apologize. I just try to explain. I'm far from being a racist, but I'm a proud white man. And see, the black community, a lot of them, they don't want you to stand tall as a white person, because then you guys may all come together. No, they want to scare you. They want to separate you. Well, you know, you idiots, both black and white, don't scare me. I'm too old and stupid to be scared. But for this idiot, T.J. Perkins, now listen to this. Then I heard last week, Gold Dust transgender son was attacked. That was it for me. I will remove your stations from my TuneIn app. I don't know if you or your group were behind the attacks. What the hell's this idiot? I don't even know where Gold Dust lives. He probably lives in a transgender's basement somewhere in San Francisco. We're getting accused of attacking this kid's. See, that's how stupid people are. But that's what they do. That's what they do. It says attack on Gold Dust's son, but still there's so much hate. Please stop being a hater and become a star. No, I'd rather be a hater than a star. Star's not getting you nowhere. A hater, at least you get some personal satisfaction. And you people know why I hate Kern, why I hate Sprague. And it's not a thing of victory for me. It's a thing of destruction. But now, see, why would some idiot want to put that crap out? He didn't know if we were behind it. I don't even know where the son of a bitch lives. And also, again, see, I keep saying I'm not going to say it, and this is the last time. I'm not a racist. I went over last night. They had their little vigilance on in honor of that police officer. It was on TV. That peaceful gathering of the police officers and their families and the supporting community. This white police officer sitting in his SUV police car, totally marked, gets shot by a black guy. Now, I never once did I hear, hey, it's a hate crime. Somebody puts a swastika on something where Trump's at, and all of a sudden Trump's a white supremacist. See, it can't be that way, people. But we let it be. But anyway, at that peaceful gathering for police supporters, there was probably 300 plus people there. And guess what? And I saw the footage afterwards on Channel 2, but I witnessed it. 400 people. You know how many black folks was there? There was no more than 2. 99% supporting the police were white. Well, I guess because the black folks weren't going to come out, the black protesters, not the proud blacks, the black protesters, because they couldn't loot, they couldn't rob, they couldn't burn. See, that's the problem. You white people, you better wake up. You're awake. I just think you're too damn stupid. Then I mean that. I'm not taking that crap from a white man. I'm not taking it from a black man. If that had been a black police officer shot by a white guy, it'd have been a hate crime automatically. I got to ask, why is only racist got to be white? Anytime I hear on TV, this guy's a racist, I could be Ray Charles. I could be Stevie Wonder. I'd bet my life savings. When they call him a racist, it's a white guy. And it's a white guy, Bob Romanik, talking that? I'll talk anything I want. I'm tired. And you black bastards down there, not the few good ones, the black bastards that stole the election, that stole our money, you rotten bastards, I hope you rot in hell, and not political hell, and that is hate speech. And let one of your sons or daughters, heaven forbid, die and need me to help bury them. Call me to feed everybody like I did last year. It wasn't political. You guys won't get crap from me. Get it from Sprague. Get it from Kern. Get it from Latoya Greenwood. Get it from the leaders down in East St. Louis. You ever notice, how a black guy always comes up to a white guy? Hey, you got some change? You got some change, man? Never comes up to another black guy. Black guy will slap him silly. Why is it some of these ass white blacks, not all of them, but some of them think they can work the white people? White people, I'm afraid, here's $1, here's $10. I won't say it. No, I'm white. You whites better get up off your ass. And you proud blacks better get up off your ass. You've let East St. Louis screw everybody in St. Clair County. You've got that same culture of corruption for another 4 years. Now, I want to see you idiots down in East St. Louis, black and white, and Cahokia and all over. I want to see how things change in the next 4 years. They haven't changed in 12 years. And someone says, Bob, you sound a little mad. No, I'm a lot mad. We wanted to do something for the people of St. Clair County. Kern sent and Sprague all those hit pieces out on me. $800,000, people. And I want to tell you, I'm humbled by it. You people in the outer county got those hit pieces, and you voted for me because I think you knew I was going to go to Springfield and fight for you. Go down to East St. Louis where they didn't spend much other than money for snooks and muscatel wine, and we lose the whole election. People of St. Clair County, both black and white, the proud people of St. Clair County, better understand what's going on. But I ask, somebody give me a call. Tell me why that is. We are America's voice of freedom, definitely the patriot. You can call toll-free 1-888-394-1430. Toll-free 1-888-394-1430. I want to know, people, why in the hell there was a vigil last night. They were singing. It was nice. There was no violence. There was no disruption. And there was no black people there. Is that why? Now somebody said, that's racist. It ain't racist, that's real. If you'd have been there, just get the footage. Watch it on Channel 2 and the other channels were there. I'll give you $10 for every black person in the crowd, and you give me $1 for every white person in the crowd, and I guarantee you I'll be able to take a trip to Vegas on you. Not supposed to talk about that, are you? Hell yes, you're supposed to talk about it. And I'm just pissed. I'm totally pissed. Not about the election. I'm pissed about the way this society is. Trump. You know why the blacks are mad at Trump? Because he's not going to give them a handout. And let me tell you another thing. And there's whites too, not just blacks. I go to the store yesterday, and I've made a lot of money in my life. And I save when I can. I don't throw my money away other than we did down in East St. Louis when the lousy lying bastards give you their word. But hey, a black person's word, you black plantation Negroes, your word ain't worth a damn. Not worth a damn. But I go there, and we weren't never on food stamps when I was younger. They'd dole us out some cheese and some barbecue beef in an aluminum can and some powdered milk. You go to the store now, not only black, there's whites too. They've got their EBT card, whatever the hell it is, so they can get cash. They get the best cuts of meat. I look and get a medium cut of meat because I'm not going to spend $4.95 a pound. I'll spend $2.95. But this lady in front of me, and she just happened to be black. If she had been white, I'd have said the same thing. You can't believe all the big steaks. She had the best of everything that I was paying for, that you were paying for, that some of the proud blacks were paying for. And that crap keeps going? And we're supposed to like it? Same way with pumping out babies, black and white, because there are as many white as black that are bums that want the government to take care of them. That's what's wrong down in East St. Louis. You people never get ahead of the game. The white boys don't want you to get ahead of the game. They'd rather keep you on that plantation, that political plantation. But here, you got a wife and 2 kids, and you say, honey, we want another kid. Well, you're making $50,000, honey. We're going to have to make that $50,000 go 5 ways instead of 4. That's their decision to make. But you get these asswipes that don't have fathers. They'll go out and screw anybody just to pump a baby out. Black and white. Go pump a baby out. And guess what? The more babies they pump out, the more babies they pump, the more money we give them. Now, that's a hell of an incentive. Hell, I'll go out and spread my seed and have 5,000 kids. It's not a man to make a kid. It's a man to support a kid. It's a man to love a kid. Don't tell me about black, white. I've witnessed it. And don't tell me I'm wrong in saying it. Because it's only truthful. I'm telling the truth. And I'm tired of it. We got a caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Bob, hi.
How you doing?
I could be better. I'm going to respond to what you said about white. I'm white. I'm not loud, but I am proud. And what I can say is this, is that what happens in the white community, I think, speaking for myself, otherwise, sometimes I think white people feel guilty.
Wait a minute, whoa, Dave. Feel guilty for what? What? No, Dave. No. Now, see, that's what's wrong with you as a white man. You got it in your heart because you must feel, what do you feel guilty about? Did you cause slavery? Did you ever kill or hurt a black man? Yes or no?
As far as I'm concerned, I do not feel guilty.
Well, then why do you think white people feel guilty? Why? No, here, not why you think they feel guilty. Why should a white person feel guilty?
I think it all goes back to the whole slavery issue and all that.
Bull crap. Well, now, David, you're smart. Now, there you go with that bull crap. You sound like this stupid black son of a bitches. It all goes back to slavery. Hey, I lived in a housing project. Now, Dave, I don't want to fight with you, but come on, get real. You think that the whites feel bad, and I feel bad, but I don't feel like I owe the black community anything. Do you think the whites think that, or you just think the whites are afraid of the blacks?
No, for me, I have no fear of blacks. I've been around a lot of blacks. I grew up with blacks. I don't feel that way. Black people say to me that sometimes I'm more of a black person than I'm a white person. So the whole point is, I don't feel that way. I feel pathetic for white people that feel that way. I think it's wrong.
Dave, do you honestly, Dave, I got to ask you this. Would you rather have 10 blacks for your cause fighting and marching or 500 whites? White, most of us whites are lame, you know that? We take the least line of resistance in any situation. Am I right or wrong?
I think you're 100% correct.
And you don't think, I'm in a restaurant, and I say, hey, I got these black guys and they ain't worth a damn. I got a white friend say, hey, there's a black man over there in the corner. Hell, I know the guy knows he's black, but I can't say black. Are you crazy? I can't say black. Wait a minute. Most white people, yes or no, most white people are afraid to say black. But I hear honky and cracker every day down in East St. Louis, and I get blamed for calling the people down there niggers. I never use the word nigger. It was one of my guests, but I get blamed for it. They can use it. Why can't we use it? Answer me that, Dave.
You have no idea. I mean, exactly. I've had black friends of mine. Call one to the N-word. I've never done that. If I talk to, sometimes I talk to white people and talk to black people and refer to them as dark. I was like, just say black. It's okay to say that. But
wait a minute, Dave. I'm going to ask you this. Why is it not okay to use the N-word if a person wants to?
I think it's maybe it's like maybe calling an Italian a Dago. It's like calling an Irishman a Mick.
Okay, wait a minute, Dave. I've got friends that are Irish, and you called them what? Mix? Wait a minute, Dave. What'd you call Italians?
I think it's respect.
Wait a minute, Dave. I'm proving a point. What did you call the Italians? And that's okay. I don't care. What did you call the Italians?
Or a wop.
Wop? Okay, and what did you call the Irish?
A mix.
Okay, then why are you using the N-word on the blacks? Why don't you come out and say it? Don't you have the guts? You got the guts to say.
What I'm trying to say.
No, Dave. You're wrong. You're wrong, Dave. Now tell me I'm not right. You've called the white Italian, whatever the hell, a wop. Wait a minute. Did you not call the Italian a wop? And did you not? That's a disrespectful word. Did you not call the Irish whatever? Did you not? Yes or no? That's all.
But I don't use those terms.
But I know. But Dave, you said them. You said them.
But I was saying it. I was saying it to make my point.
Okay, then why don't you make your point about the black? Because you're afraid, aren't you? Aren't you, Dave?
No, I'm not afraid.
Well, then say it. Say it.
I've been around a lot of blacks.
Okay, but wait a minute. You said Mick and you said wop, but you won't use the N-word. Why not?
Just like okay, I'll say nigger.
All right, thank you. But at least you're being fair. Now you're being fair. But see, Dave, you know what it was? You were afraid. You weren't afraid as a white man, and I'm not pissed at you, Dave. I'm just proving a point. You weren't afraid as a white man to say wop. You weren't afraid as a white man to say Mick. You're probably not afraid to say spick for Hispanic, and that's okay. That's your right. But you were afraid to say nigger, weren't you?
Right. Exactly. Okay, I got to say this. Exactly, Bob. Thank you. I got to say this too. I think for me, I've been really run over by the system. I'll call it white supremacy, whatever. I've been a victim of that. And I think what I see is I've had some other white friends that have also been run over by the system. I think blacks, the blacks have been run over too. I think once you get to that point, it has really brought out a fighting spirit in me I never thought I had before.
Okay, Dave, I'm going to ask you, talk about you got beat up by the system. It's the blacks that put the whites in to beat you up. Am I right or wrong? St. Clair County, if it wouldn't have been for the black community, there wouldn't be these guys beating you up. Am I right or wrong? Come on.
Well, I never really had a physical confrontation with either whites or blacks or blacks. I've never really had to put up my fist. I've always either walked away or talked my way out of it.
Now, does that make you now, Dave? And again, I got a lot of respect for you, Dave, because you're letting me get to you a little bit. But you walked away. Why would you walk away from anything or talk yourself out of it? If you thought you were right, why didn't you fight the fight?
Because I saw people getting fights. I was like this. I saw someone getting punched. I don't want to punch someone, and I don't want to be the receiving end of that. So I thought, well, the best approach for me is to walk away and be a bigger man than that. And then it just works out better than that.
Well, Dave, come on. The whites have walked away from many situations, and it don't make it better. It just gets worse because people, black, white, whatever, they mistake kindness for weakness. Am I right or wrong, Dave?
Bob, you are right on. Bullseye right on.
And hey, Dave, listen, and I don't want to rake you over the coals, but you understand my point. You're a white man, and you just played right into it. You'll say spick, you'll say mick, you'll say wop, but you wouldn't say nigger. Why?
I guess you got a point there. You got me on that one.
Okay.
I guess because of this. I guess because I'm a white guy. I come from Sicilian background.
Okay.
My grandfather came from the old country. So everybody calls you a dig or a wop, you put up your fist, you knock your lights out. Well, the whole point for me was, it never really applied to me. For them coming from the motherland, it meant a lot to them.
Yeah.
And I guess for me as a white guy, I mean, you got some, I will say.
Yeah.
It's okay for me to white, but yeah, I don't use those terms. But yeah, if I'm going to make that analogy, I get it.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's the problem, Dave. And thanks for the call, Dave, because it was a very, very intelligent conversation with you. But I think the point got across to everybody, both black and white. I don't use the N-word. I can say the N-word. Nobody can tell me I can't say nothing. It's like if you say if I say, hey, you no good son of a bitch, I wish you were dead. Now, that's hate. That's hate speech, and that ain't right. But it's like nobody can use that N-word. Like the aliens come down and get you. That ain't true. They call us crackers and hunkies all the time. And they don't poof and go up in flames. So if we use the N-word, we shouldn't go up in flames. Hey, Dave, thank you very much for the call. But you see, there's a proud white guy. He's proud. He said he wasn't loud. But he just proved my point. We can call Spicks. We can call, mix. We can call wops. We can call, I'm part Polish, and they call Polacks. But we can't say nigger. I don't understand that. They're all words. They're not hate words. They're nasty words. They all are nasty words. But if we can use one word, and we can use cracker, and we can use hunky, we can use any word. Now, if somebody comes up to me and says, I don't like crackers, I don't like hunkies, that's okay. But if they say, hey, you crackers, pointing at me, you cracker son of a bitch, I'm going to kill you, I wish you were dead, then I got a problem with that. But just using that word cracker or using that word hunky don't mean nothing to me. When they direct it at me with violence, then it means something. So for a black man to say, oh, I'm offended by that. Hell, they call each other that all day long. Pisses me off, people. But anyway, I don't even know where I'm going. I got a headache now. Let's take a break. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We are America's voice of freedom. Definitely the Patriot. You can call toll-free 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. I won't try to give you as much hell as I give Dave, and Dave won't apologize. It ain't you. It was a situation that pisses me off. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Want to let everybody know, name the National Association for Majority Equality. Now, somebody could say the NAACP is a black hate group. They're not a black hate group. They're a group that's trying to take care of their people. They want fair and equal treatment. That's all the NAACP ever want. I'm actually a lifetime member of the NAACP, joined a long time ago under the Reverend Johnny Scott. He was a nice leader. He was a decent man with the NAACP. Stanley Franklin's a piece of crap. He don't give a damn about the black people. He does give a damn about a color, the color green, money he takes from Kern. I believe one of the biggest racists in town. But that's okay. But the National Association for Majority Equality, we do not and will never ask for any more than equal treatment, but we will not tolerate any less. Now, when I say majority, it could be white on black. It could be straight on gay. All these transgenders, they push us. All the majority of us, who are black and white and Puerto Rican, They push us to the back of the bus. If it's good guy, bad guy. We're the good guy. We're the majority. We get pushed to the back of the bus with these asswipe criminals. So it's not just a color thing, the National Association for Majority Equality. It's equality in any majority situation. And I can't believe anybody would call it a white supremacist group, a white power group, when all we're asking for in any majority situation, black, white, good or bad, gay or straight, whatever the situation may be, the majority just wants equality. But see, you'll get some black hate groups. Oh, no, they ain't equality. We don't want to take from anybody. But see, like poor old Dave, he come after the white folks, and he's white. And he thinks the white folks sometimes feel bad. No, I don't think they feel bad. They're afraid. The blacks, every time a white man tries to take up for himself, he's a racist. I'm far from being a racist. I've helped more black people in the last 5 years than any black son of a bitch down there. I've fed the blacks. I've buried the blacks. And I'm the bad guy? No, I'm not the bad guy. I'm just the honest guy. I'm just a guy who's not a hypocrite. I'm just a guy who's going to tell you the way it is, no matter how it is. And sometimes it hurts. You know, sometimes you go to the dentist and it don't hurt, and sometimes you go and it hurts like hell. And that's like, well, listening to my show, it always hurts like hell, but you're going to get the truth. I'm far from being a racist, but I'm not afraid. That's the problem, Dave. White people are afraid. They can't say black, can't say nothing. They can't say a racial slur. Hell, I had a black guy 3 or 4 days ago try to run me off the road. And I drove by. He flipped me off, and guess what? I flipped him right back off. He called me a cracker. And I called him the N-word. See, I don't want to be disrespectful to the proud black community, but if some bitch comes after me, I don't give a damn what color they are. I don't give a damn. They give me crap, they're getting it back. Most white people, when they get crap, they tuck their tail between their legs and walk away. If it's a black man, you don't have to be afraid of black. Don't have to be afraid of white. This is America. Don't have to be afraid of anybody. But I'll have people today, boy, that Romanik, that Romanik's a racist. I'm not a racist. I'm a realist. If I talk to defend the white community makes me a racist, well, if that's what makes me a racist, then I'm the biggest racist in this country. Because I'm concerned about every community. The blacks are concerned about the black community, understandably so. I'm concerned about the white community. I want to see the blacks do good. I want to see the Hispanics. I want to see the Italians. I want to see everybody do good. But I'm the majority, and the majority gets nothing in this country because we sit there and we're pushed and pushed and pushed. I want to say hello to Mr. Saffel. He always sends us a lot of good information. James Saffel Sr. out of Mascoutah. Thank you very much, sir. We always listen. I learned a lot from you, sir, so keep sending the letters, and we appreciate all the letters. Can't read them all. Hey, I see in the paper what a safe town Belleville is. And I'm not talking about the police officers. It's the lack of leadership. Somebody got shot in Belleville. Belleville police seek suspects in shooting of a man on Saturday. Now, it was on the 8th or 9th page, so you don't hear that. The mayor and all of the people in Belleville, they don't want to be transparent. But here's a guy that gets shot on Saturday. People get shot and robbed all the time. Somebody got robbed last week in the Schnucks parking lot again. You didn't hear it. You heard it here. Some people don't even want to report it anymore. The lady said, I'm just moving out of town. And she listened to the show and she said, Bob, you're right. That Mayor Eckert's lying. It's not safe in Belleville. He's going to say it's safe in Belleville. And I got to ask you, hey, Eckert, when the hell is the Hoff Brew House? I want to get a good meal at the Hoff Brew House that's been being built for the last 2 years. If you people will drive by Belleville Crossings, the St. Louis Bread Company, they started building about a month ago, 6 weeks ago. It's about 1 week off. Parking lot's in, everything's in. But see, these politicians, Mark the Big Pussy, also known as Maximus Vaginus Eckert, he's going to sit there and give you the old shuffle, the old okey-fadoke. Oh, Hoff Brew House is going to be open. Where's the name? Whoa, where's the name? Where's the name of the hotel that was leaked, that now it's not leaked, and now someone said, well, now they're not coming because the name was leaked. It was never going to come. People, do you understand that debacle? The people of Belleville, it's cost you over $1 million in infrastructure. They've got the sewer lines. They're going to have to put water. They're going to have to put all kind of crap in there. That Hoff Brew House, they've got 2 people out there working on the outside to make everybody think something's getting done. I've told you before, if it's a properly run outfit, there'd be 5 or 6 different locals in there doing the plumbing, doing the brickwork, doing all the work. Hell, there's no walls in there. And it's been, what, a year? They were smart enough to take the sign down coming in the summer of 2016. It may be coming in the summer, but it's going to be the summer of 2018 or 19. And then all the soccer parks, all the 4 or 5 hotels, the 5 or 6 restaurants. That's the problem, people. These politicians think we're idiots. And speaking of politicians, you guys down in East St. Louis, you got the white boys elected in Belleville again. You swamped us. Now you're telling me that there's not any racism involved there. My situation with LaToya Greenwood, she gets 8,000 votes. I'm winning. I come down the hill. She gets 8,000 votes. I get 1,500. And I know she wasn't that much better of a candidate than me, but I think that skin color had something to do with it. But see, when the blacks say, hey, I want a first black president, no white man stood up and said anything. I'll say it. That was the most racist crap going. And that was nice to have a black president. But when 97% of the black community vote for him, it wasn't because of his qualifications, because Obama was never qualified. He was 2 years in public office as a U.S. Senator, a year and a half. Never had any administrative experience. But they wanted a black president, and they shouted it loud and proud. And I don't blame them. I was all for it. They got every right to say, I want a black president. There was shirts all on with the first black president, Obama, blah, blah, blah. And that's okay. But let a white man say, hey, well, I'm glad we don't have a black president anymore. I want a white president. What's it make any difference? If the blacks want a black president, it's not racist. Why can't a white want a white president and not be racist? But it is. You won't have any whites. Because, see, we got no guts, people. You won't have any whites say, man, I want a white president back. They'll think it. They may say it in the confines of their house, but they're not going to come out publicly. The proud black community, and I got to give them credit. And I say it all the time. I'd rather have 10 blacks fighting for my cause than 100, 500 whites, because us whites, some bitches, we're lame. But it's okay for the blacks to do it. Think about it, white community. Is it right for the blacks to do it? Not us. Is it right to have BET, Black Entertainment TV? Now, I'm saying all this. I think this too. But I've had people call me. I'm speaking for the people now, primarily white people who won't speak for themselves. I didn't get all these ideas on my own, most of them I thought, but I'm going to address them because these people want them addressed. There's a black congressional caucus in Washington. You put a white congressional anything, and it's going to be a racist group. You know, they got Black Miss America. And yeah, this is a white guy, and I'm addressing that situation. Now, you white people, don't tell me that you haven't thought the same thing, because I've heard it time and time and time again. There's no white Miss America. There's a Miss America. And there's been black Miss Americas and Hispanic Miss Americas crowned. Has there been a white Miss Black America crowned? Think about it. Hell no, because you never get the opportunity. And then what really pisses me off, this asswipe black bastard that was on the stage of that Hamilton confronts the vice president-elect with his young daughter there. You don't do that in front of family. And then this asswipe son of a bitch gets on TV and says, no, I'm not going to apologize. If it would have been a white man with a black politician, he'd have been fired on the spot. They would have had pickets out front. There'd have been places burnt down. See, white people, most white people don't do that. The intelligent white, the decent whites, along with the decent blacks, don't do it. It's these ass-white bastard political no-good son of a bitches, these criminals. And hell, they can protest all night. And then they'll wait in line in front of me, in front of you, and take their link card and EPD card and every other card that the government gives them, that money comes from us, the hardworking taxpayers, and they'll buy steaks. They'll buy everything they want because they don't have to work. And they don't have to work because the politicians don't want them to work. They want to keep them on the plantation, both the black and white. Let's take a quick break. I got a headache. This is Bob Romanik. the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, proud to live in this great country, proud of the freedoms we have, and definitely proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very, very proud to be the Patriot. You know, we've got Thanksgiving coming up, so we'll be on the air tomorrow. We'll be off Thursday, Friday. We're going to have a long extended holiday weekend, so it'll be the worst of Bob Romanik on Thursday and Friday, if it can get any worse. But that's okay, people. See, I tell you, I don't give a damn anybody listens to me. I'm here to say what I want to say, whether I have one listener or a million listeners. I'm not going to placate anyone. I'm going to tell you the way I feel. That's what my show's about. It's about feelings. It's about reality. It's not about the la-la land. It's not about being politically correct. It's not even about being politically incorrect. It's about being politically insane, and that's where you need to be. I just had a proud black man call and said that they use the N-word all the time in the rap songs, so apparently it's, and if these rap artists keep using it, and the proud black community keeps buying it, apparently that word, the N-word's not too offensive, then is it? See, I don't just throw the N-word around, but if it needs to be said, it has to be said. But the man told me, he says, Bob, I get blared out all the time driving down the street. You hear these songs, the N-word, the N-word, the N-word. And it's black people listening. And it's black people buying the CDs. It's black people going to these rap concerts. And that's okay. But don't be offended when somebody else uses a term, when you can use it, when the black community can use it to make money off of it. It can't be that appalling. Now, you can act like it's appalling, just like I can say, oh, you call me a hunky or a cracker. That's not going to change my life one bit if every black man and woman in the world call me a cracker or a hunky or whatever the hell they want to call me. Now, if I think I could get something out of it, then, I'm offended. Don't be offended by the words, people. Be offended by the actions. You hear me? That's what people say about me. I do so much for the community, the black community I did. It's a shame. Won't do it ever again. Get it from Kern. Get it from Sprague. They're the one that promised you guys everything. Get it from LaToya and Lonzo Greenwood. They tell me Charlie Powell now is running his son for city council, and he's going to win. Because those New Vision Democrats, what a joke. And I've got some friends that are with the New Vision Democrats. They couldn't produce any votes. Harry Hollingsworth, why, I got you 130 votes out of 450? That ain't much, Harry. You know, sit on your black ass and take that money and spend it. Same way with Tyrone Bills, the homicidal guy who got, and we're going to do that maybe tomorrow. I'm going to get you all the votes that these guys got Kern and Sprague, the Democratic Central Committee, the St. Clair County Democratic Culture of Corruption. I'm going to show you the hypocrisy, how much money they give Tyrone Bills, a felon, Terrence Stitt, a rap sheet as long as my arm, Mike Collins, all these guys. But that's okay, because that's their felons. That's their black boys, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. So, but anyway, we'll be on the air tomorrow. We'll be off Thursday and Friday. Holidays coming up. I hope everybody has a safe holiday weekend. Some people have already started their holiday weekend. So I got a headache. I hope I didn't give you one, but I'm sure I did. But as I always say, people, if you're offended by anything, if somebody tied you up and made you listen to me today, call me. We'll have them arrested, because that just ain't right. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, very proud to be the Patriot. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. If you got the guts, if you don't have the guts, don't listen. Turn on the Disney Channel with that mamby-pamby crap. If you want to know what's really going on, if you really want the rest of the story, if you really want to know the reality of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, you stay right here with Insane Broadcasting, because we're not going to soft soap anything. We're going to tell you the way it is, and we'll let you tell us the way you think it is. But let's continue, people. The election's over, but the journey still goes on. Let's continue to take one step after another. We knocked 3 or 4 of them off 2 years ago. We knocked 2 or 3 of the culture of corruption candidates off this time. They spent over $1 million to beat us. They're drained. They don't know what to do, and they're going down for the count. Bob, I'd rather piss in my pants than piss in a urinal. Sprague, what do you think about a leader of the Democratic Party gets drunk, pisses in his pants? Do you do that, Sprague? I'm just asking. I personally think you do. Family members have told me that. And don't ever forget, Mark the Big Faggot Kern, and that's not hate speech. I hate the son of a bitch for what he done to my son, but that's okay. That's hate speech. But calling him a faggot is because I want to call him a faggot, a big faggot, because I believe him to be a big faggot. So if anybody doesn't like it, especially his family, you know what you're living with that ass white bastard, that rich son of a bitch who ain't worked a day in his life. But that's for another day. Let's continue, people, to unite, to expose these rotten political parasitical punks, these perverted punks. You hear me? Hey, Holbrook, you hear that word perverted? And Kern, you hear that word perverted? If you know what I mean, and I think both of yous do, and I think the people listening also know. But let's continue to expose these rotten bastards, drag them over the political coals of hell. And the next election, and the next election, and from then on, let's continue to pick them off politically, of course. Let's pick them off and get rid of these bastards. Let's get rid of these no-good, thieving, no-count, political, corrupt bastards once and for all. Politically, of course, right here on the dark side.